welcome to At Home with AJ. I'm glad that you could welcome the Kingsville Public Library into your home today and that you could join me in mine. So today we got a lot going on. So I'm going to show you a few different things. I'm going to show you how to, first of all, make your own disinfecting wipes. So if you've been out in the store lately and you've had a hard time trying to find these precious little babies, I am actually going to show you how to make these at home with things that you hopefully already have around your house or that are pretty easy to get your hands on. And the really super great thing about this is that once you make these, you will realize how inexpensive they are and you won't need to go out and buy them anymore. And plus they won't have all those yucky extra chemicals in there that you don't need anyway. And the other thing that I'm going to show you today is how to make your own dryer sheets. Actually, I'm going to show you how to make three things today, because in order to make your own dryer sheets, you need to make your own fabric softener. So I'm going to show you how to make your own fabric softener, I'm going to show you how to make your own dryer sheets, and your own disinfecting wipes. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to need in order to make a disinfecting wipe is some sort of cloth. You can use pretty much anything you might have around the house that you need to repurpose. That makes it cost effective. This is a really good piece of fabric. I actually got this off of a bed skirt that our dog Farkas kind of ripped. I just cut out that center section. I like this material because it will absorb some of your disinfectant solution without being like really soppy and wet. So if you were looking for something portable, like to take in your car or with you when you're out and about, this is a nice clean alternative. Again, an old bed sheet works well, one destroyed by Farkas. You can go down and see my friends at Joann's, get yourself some muslin, that's fairly inexpensive, a good use. Or there's these lovely little handy wipe type of cloths, and you can actually get these 10 in a package for $1 at the Dollar Tree, or I actually picked this package up 2 for 99 cents at Mark's, and 10 also comes in here. The wonderful thing about that is if you look at this container of Lysol wipes, and I did not actually purchase this, it was free with my Advantage card. There's only 35 wipes in here, okay, and this is the size wipe you get in this little container. You can actually get 6 of this size wipe out of one of these rags. 6. 10 in a package. 60. You're going to get 60. Whether you pay 50 cents or whether you pay $1, you're going to get 60 cloths in there. Way better deal. Way better deal. The next thing you need is your disinfecting solution. And that's kind of important. I want to talk about that for just a minute. Okay, there's a couple different formulas you can mix up that will actually disinfect, which there's a difference between cleaning and disinfecting. Cleaning is just a soap or detergent based product that's going to move germs or relocate germs. Disinfecting is a solution that's actually going to destroy or kill germs. And we're making a disinfecting solution today. So the CDC says that you can use bleach, alcohol, or peroxide in various mixtures in order to disinfect or kill germs or viruses. So we will be using peroxide today, and the reason that I want to use peroxide, the most obvious reason, it is probably the most attainable thing to get right now. You can still go to the store and find some of this on the shelves. It's sometimes sold out, but it's a lot easier to grab than your alcohol or your bleach. The second thing that I like about this is that it has a very quick drying time. That's one of the mistakes we often make about when we disinfect, is that we don't allow things to have their proper resting time or sitting on the surface to actually clean. This only takes about a minute on a surface to do the work, do the damage, get those germs destroyed. Alcohol takes about a minute, it's about the same, but a bleach mixture, get this, didn't know this, almost 10 minutes. So if you wanted, again, to take a wipe out with you and wipe down your steering wheel or wipe down your hands after you've been in the car, if you were using bleach, which would be messy, you would also have to let it sit for 10 minutes. So I think that this is definitely the most practical, the most affordable, and the most attainable. The alcohol, if you're buying alcohol, the rubbing alcohol, you need to find a 70% solution, and that's really difficult to find right now. And alcohol can be pretty rough on the skin and on the hands, whereas this is pretty user-friendly for the most part. And you can use this mixture that we're going to use today. You can put it in a spray bottle and spray it on your hands, or you can use your wipe on your hands and use it as kind of a hand sanitizer. And bleach goes without saying. It is rough on the skin. It's not really practical if you're going to pull it out and try and wipe something down in your car and hope you don't drip it on your seats or your pants. And the other thing is, if you are using a bleach disinfectant, this is very important, is that that solution is only good for 24 hours. So you could make up a container of wipes like we're going to do today and use the solution mixture that the CDC recommends for bleach, but it's only going to be good for 24 hours. After 24 hours, it no longer carries that kill power for the germs. So that's why we're using peroxide today. We're going to mix up some peroxide and some water and put our wipes, and you can actually, this is a container that I reused. When you're done, you will actually have wipes just like the Clorox one looks, they even pull out. Isn't that great? So let me show you how to do this. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is cut our cloth. So if you're using something recycled that you have at home, if your dog likes to destroy things in your house, you can cut a nice long strip and then cut them into squares, and I actually even used my little disinfecting wipe as kind of my template to just go along here and cut my squares. You can do it that way. Again, I love these little microfiber wipe things, and the great thing about all of these is that not only are they cost effective for a one-time use, but you can actually put these in the washing machine and wash them and reuse them. So they become not only a very budget-friendly item for you, but they become a very environmentally friendly cleaning agent. And so we're just going to get these cut into squares, and I like, they come all folded up. It doesn't take you very long to get these into some squares, just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lay these out. So I'm going to put one square right down like that, and I'm hoping you can see this okay. And then I like to just kind of do it in reverse so that I don't get too crazy. And I'm going to lay it about halfway, one over top of the other one. Okay? And then I'm going to do that again with the next one. I'm going to lay one over top of the other. So we're just going to make this big long line of laying half of a square over another square in front of it. And once we get a nice long line of them, and I'll go ahead and throw this this other one in here too. And sometimes I will start with a different one, just so that I can see right from the beginning where to pull it up. But your last one, when you put it on there, you're going to kind of fold it over a little bit so that you have like a triangle. And that just makes it easier when you start the wipe to be actually able to pull it up and get this fun thing that actually will work. See, just like the other ones, you'll be able to pull it right up and it'll pop right up. So, and then we just start rolling. We're just going to roll it over, roll that piece of fabric up in a nice little tube thing like this. And you'll just integrate the next fabric. I don't know if you can see that. I'll hold that up. Hopefully I won't mess that up too much. And we just roll it up, and you're just going to keep going. You don't want to roll it too tight. You don't want to be too loose because then it doesn't stay together real well, but you don't want it to be too tight because then when you go to pull your wipes out of your container, you'll get the whole lot in one bunch, and you don't want to do that. And then once you get them rolled up, You can just kind of put something on them for a minute to hold it down so that it doesn't unroll, and then just lay out some more cloths and do it again. Until you have, you know, a nice little roll like this. Now you can also do this with paper towels. I've seen it done. I've done it in the past. I don't particularly care for it, mostly because after a while the paper towels just kind of become gross and soppy. They don't hold up real well. These will give you a much better hold of your cleaner, and also, again, are reusable if you need to. So the next thing that you're going to need is some sort of container to put your disinfecting wipes into. Conveniently, I did have an empty container that I was able to just reuse and put my wipes in. There's lots of things. If you just look around the house and kind of think about it and be creative, this was actually those little scent beads that you get to put in the washing machine, and the lid pops open kind of nice. You can pop them down in there, and this top comes off so that it makes it a little wider area to put your wipes in. I also had this one. It was actually had some crystal light in it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one. No, I can't because I cut mine a little tall. So we'll put it in this one, and I'm going to peel this off so that I don't have to wrestle with it. And you're just going to drop your wipes down into your little bottle just like that. And then we are going to mix up our solution. And remember, all of your supplies and your measurements will be down in the comment section underneath this video. So you'll have that information right there ready for you. Is our peroxide. We use a 1/4 cup of peroxide to 1 cup of water. And we're just going to mix that around, stir that up a little bit. And then you're simply going to pour it into your bottle right over top of your wipes. Just slow and careful, right over top of your wipes. Once you have all your liquid in there, you can just push your little towel kind of down there a little bit. Pop your lid on there. Shake that around a little bit. And then it's ready to go. It's nice, it's portable. You can take it with you wherever you need to go so that you have some disinfectant on hand and you're ready to kill some germs. Way more cost effective than that expensive stuff. So using some of that same material, we're going to make our own dryer sheets. But in order to make our own dryer sheets, we're going to make our own fabric softener first. So again, some muslin or some dog ruined sheets. Again, this material is fun and fabulous. If you got some of this laying around, or again, you can buy it at Joann's, or just old t-shirts, whatever you have laying around the house that needs recycled or upcycled, that's absolutely fabulous to do it. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut your, I'm going to move my big giant bowl out of the way for a moment. So you're going to cut your fabric into squares. And what I did with mine, I will show you my finished solution. This one's kind of messy. I did it in a hurry. You just put them into rolls, and I actually put a rubber band around them, and I'll show you why in a minute. And you just put them, ooh, it smells yummy. You put it in that solution, and then it's out and ready to go. So I like to roll mine. I fold it in half and then roll them just like you kind of did the sheets, only you can do them individually. You don't, unless you want to pop up. If you want to pop up dryer sheets, I suppose you could do that. But once we have a few clustered together, of just folding them and rolling them, or you could just fold these in squares, depending, maybe you just want to pull your square out. But then once I get a few of them together, I'll take a hair tie and just kind of band them together. And again, I would normally put a few more in these. And that way when you put them in your container and stand them up, you can pour your solution over top of them. Or again, you could just fold them up in squares like so and put them in your container. I just found that easier to do. I like a nice airtight locking container because we're going to use a baking soda mixture today. And remember, the recipe will be down in the comment section. But you'll want to shake that up when you go to use it. Before you pull the dryer sheet out, just kind of give it a little shake, mix that solution back up. So I have a big old bowl here. And the reason that I have a big bowl here today is because this stuff gets kind of wild. Because as you can see, we have baking soda and we have vinegar. And if you have ever been in science class, ever in your life, at some point you have combined vinegar and baking soda, and you know how that goes. So this is going to get real foamy and real crazy. So number one, I suggest that you do it someplace where if things get a little crazy, it's not going to ruin anything. And a nice big container will help, or a big bucket if you have a big, like a drywall type of industrial bucket handy, that works really well. So we're going to take some water and put it in here. And again, the recipe will be down in the comments so that you'll know exactly what to put in each. You're going to put in your vinegar. And then I like to put a fragrance in mine. We have well water, so anything that I can do to add a little fragrance to my laundry helps. Cheap hair conditioner is an excellent way to go. It adds a lot of wonderful fragrance to it, and it also helps cut down on the static electricity. So you can put just a couple tablespoons, or as I like to say, a nice blob. And that looks like a couple tablespoons. So that works nice. These little washer crystals also work really good. It's a nice big container. Again, about 2 tablespoons, and I got this one at the Dollar Tree. So it makes it, give it a nice scent, kind of a commercial scent. And so now we're going to put into the mixture. Actually, I'm going to stir that conditioner up just a little bit first. I don't know if you can see that that's getting all nice and foamy there. And now it's going to get wild because we're going to put that baking soda in with our vinegar. And we're just going to mix, mix, mix. And let me see if I can get that enough where you can see it, but it's pretty foamy there. I'll move it up there. And it actually foams up quite a bit. And you're just going to want to whisk that around until you can't really feel the grittiness of the baking soda on the bottom or on the sides of your bowl. Just get that all mixed up. And sadly, we don't have the technology that you can actually smell it because it smells really good. It smells like wonderful fabric softener. So once your mixture has foamed down a little, you can scoop some out into a measuring cup or pour it, or however you're comfortable with getting it from one container to another. And you're just going to pour that over your little cloths, and I just cut some squares here. I'm going to show you, just going to pour that mixture over top of your cloths. And you'll just let it sit in there. Now you have a couple different options when you go to use them. You can actually, I have a container here. They've been sitting for a while. You can pick them out and they're pretty dry. The one towards the bottom will have a little more solution. You can just simply wring them out into your container if you feel like they're too wet and leave that solution for the ones that are left. The great thing about these, much like our disinfecting wipes, is that they are reusable. You can actually go ahead and throw them into the solution and reuse them, or into the washer, the dryer, and then back into the solution. You can add more solution if they start to get dried out. What I do with my leftovers, once I have made my dryer sheets, because this actually makes a lot, is I pour it into an old milk jug or water jug or laundry jug and use it as fabric softener. You can put it right in your little Downy ball, or you can put it in your fabric softener dispenser, however you need to do that, and it makes a great fabric softener. Again, really, really inexpensive. Make it with your own household stuff. You don't need to go out and buy anything special, and you're not putting a lot of junky chemicals and who knows what into the air, into your clothing, onto your skin. It's all very environmentally safe and family friendly, which is really important. And the best part about it is that it's budget friendly too, and I like that. Thanks for welcoming the Kingsville Public Library into your home today and for joining me in mine. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, or share so that your friends can become our friends. And if you've tried this, post a picture in the comments. Let me know how it goes. And I'd love to hear your feedback. You can email us, reference@kingsvillelibrary.org. Stay safe, stay well, practice that good social distancing, and we'll see you real soon.